Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have a brand new pick a card for you guys today, and today we are asking the question, is your connection real? So yeah, this is definitely intended to be a love reading for you guys. And basically we're just going to tap into the energy here and see what you need to know. This can be in regards to whoever your person of interest is. It could be your significant other, someone that you're currently involved with. It could be a crush that you have on somebody. It could be your twin flame. You know, I know a lot of the times people who are in twin flame dynamics and those kinds of situations especially, we can definitely get up into our head about things and question if the connection is real. It's like, is this the real deal, or is this all just in my head? Am I just losing my mind, basically? Am I going crazy? I know that those questions come up a lot. So hopefully we'll be able to answer some of those here and give you guys a little bit of insight, a little bit of clarity, a little bit of guidance, regardless of what's coming through, whether it's yes or no. You know, just maybe a little bit of insight on where you can go from here with the information that comes through. So that's pretty much what we're looking at today. Before I introduce, woo, my voice almost wanted to go away there. I need it for this reading, obviously. Stick around, voice. We gotta do a reading here. That could be one for the bloopers. Not that I ever do bloopers on here, but I guess if I were to, there's one right there. Anyway, I was going to say though, you guys, before I launch into the introduction of the piles, I just wanted to invite you guys to hit the like button here on this video because that definitely helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And drop me a comment down below, of course, too. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell so that way then you know every time a brand new video is uploaded. And you'll also be notified every time I go live because I go live every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And when I'm live, I'm there basically for you guys to do readings for you. So typically it's pretty chill, it's pretty low key, and it's usually a lot of fun. There's a fun group of people who always come out for it, and it's just like a good, healthy exchange with others. So if you're looking for a place to hang out on Wednesday night and hang out with some awesome people, I definitely recommend coming on out for that. And I'm also open and available for private readings too. So if you guys have like a lot of questions maybe you want to dive into, or you really want to like deep dive into something, you know, big time, basically really get into the nitty gritty, or you simply want to keep things confidential. Maybe you don't want to put out on the internet on blast during a live your situation of what's going on. That's the perfect time and the perfect place to have a private reading. So if you guys are interested in private readings, information for both private readings and live readings are in the description box down below. And pretty much everything else that you need to know is in the description box. Ways to contact me, you know, anything else that you guys need to know basically. My Etsy shop is also there too. And on sale right now on my Etsy shop, being featured, is my brand new deck, Written in the Stars, and it is a pop culture themed deck. It has general messages in life, love, career, pretty much anything and everything. So that is up there and available too. So if you're interested in checking that out for yourself, adding that to your own collection, you're more than welcome to. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much it for updates and the rundown of what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the piles here to you guys and get started, dive in. So we have our fall theme going on here once again, and I feel like this is basically what it's going to be until at least November. Don't be surprised if November rolls around and that's when you see all the Christmas stuff come out, because I'm a little early when it comes to Christmas. If I could do Christmas all year round, I would. I'm definitely that person. Anyways, so pile number 1, we have this big yellow leaf. All the leaves have a little bit of sparkle on them. See? Little sparkle, little shine. So pile number 1 is this yellow maple leaf. It's pretty big. We got all leaves here. Pile number 2 is the orange leaf. It also has some sparkle on it. Pile number 3 is the red leaf, which also has sparkle on it. You probably see the sparkle the most on the red leaf, actually, in comparison to the other 2. So yeah, those are your 3 different piles. We're all into the fall here. So go ahead and choose the pile that resonates with you the strongest, whether you're picking by leaf or by pile number or by timestamp. However it is that works best for you, go ahead and choose. Timestamps are, of course, down below. And I'm going to go ahead and get started here with pile number 1, our yellow maple leaf group. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the yellow maple leaf, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out if your connection is real. What's going on there? All right, so let's prop up our little yellow maple leaf there, and we're going to get started. So we have a few different cards from a few different decks we're going to go through. We're going to start off here with some angel answers, because the angel answers sometimes actually gives us a yes or a no. So we're going to see if you guys get that and anything else that you need to know, basically dealing with this connection. Ooh, oh boy. So that was kind of standout-ish right off the bat. So right off the bat we have no, but let's see what everything else has to say here. We have a no. If you believe, wait, and perfect timing. Okay, so as soon as I saw that no come out, I was like, ooh, ouch. That is going to hurt, and that is definitely going to disappoint some people. But I'm not here to deliver you guys what you want to hear. I'm here to deliver, what is coming through here with the cards. And there's a reason why there's a no here, and there's a reason why it was the first card out. So here's what I'm getting from this. I feel like it's basically saying, unfortunately, no, this connection is not what you had hoped it to be. So, it could be that maybe you thought this person was your twin flame, and maybe they're not. They could be a false twin flame. It could be that you thought that there was a really good vibe, a really good connection between the two of you, but maybe you misunderstood. Maybe there was a misinterpretation there. So unfortunately, this one is coming out no. However, the universe never leaves you high and dry. I feel like the universe is trying to tell you guys, even though this person and this situation may not be the right person and the right situation for you, the universe does have something better. Because I feel like you guys strongly believe in love. You strongly believe in finding that right person, connecting with that right person, being with that right person. And I feel like the universe wants to deliver that to you, that God wants to deliver that to you. God wants to bring you, that perfect person for you, basically. So I feel like God is saying, even if this situation does not pan out the way that you want it to, even if it doesn't pan out the way that you expected it to, that doesn't mean that you should stop believing in love. That doesn't mean that you should stop believing in miracles or believing in that happily ever after for yourself, because it's still available to you. It's still out there. So I definitely feel like belief in yourself, belief in love, belief in God, trust in a happy ending is imperative for you guys. So with wait and perfect timing, these two kind of go hand in hand. So, if you're spending all your time in a situation that isn't right for you and it's not the right connection, it doesn't necessarily put you in the position to be available for the right opportunity. So it's like you kind of have to get out of what isn't the right thing first, unfortunately. There's actually this meme that I've seen go around before on Facebook, and if you guys are Friends fans, you'll understand it. But it's a meme about Monica and Chandler. I'm like, my words, where'd they go? It's a meme about Monica and Chandler. And it was basically saying, like, if Chandler never left Janice, if he never gave up Janice, then he never would have been with Monica. Which is so true. And, the same could be said vice versa for, like, Monica and Richard. If she had never broken up with Richard, then there never would have been a Monica and Chandler, basically. So sometimes the one that we think is so incredibly right, and I know especially in Monica's case, she 1000% believed that her and Richard would get married and have babies and all these other things, and that didn't happen. Instead, that happened with Chandler, but she kind of had to wait for the perfect moment with that. And that wound up happening when they were in London at Ross's failed wedding, basically, and they hooked up, and then, the rest is history from there, as they say. So I feel like you guys, once this situation that, is not the right situation, once you walk away from that, I don't feel like the perfect person, that right person, is just going to immediately fall into your lap. It may take a little bit of time. I feel like there also may be time that you may need to heal, in a sense, from that situation so you can be ready for that right person. But I do feel like, like I said, there's going to be a little bit of time. You may have to wait a little bit, but in that perfect timing, once you're ready and once that other person is ready too, that's when it's going to happen. And it's probably going to be a million times better than what you're dealing with right now. So we also have a few cards here from the Millennial Oracle, and we're going to see what the Millennial Oracle has to say. So we have humble brag, don't be so obvious, read between the lines, self-promoting, disguised brag. Flatlining, a relationship situation is dying, conversation went dead, can't resurrect lost interest. And swerve, to change direction abruptly, not interested, to send for a loop, dodging someone to dismiss. Ooh, oh my goodness. That's kind of loaded, you guys. I was not expecting this to be as bulky and loaded as it's turning out to be, but it is what it is. So, with humble brag, I feel like it's basically saying, especially with read between the lines, that maybe you guys haven't been reading between the lines of the signals that your person has been giving you, is what it comes down to. Yeah, especially with flatlining and swerve. The two things I noticed immediately about these two cards is they both reference not interested. Like here at the very end it says lost interest for flatlining, and then on swerve it says not interested. So between lost interest and not interested, I feel like at some point you may have had a strong connection with this person, but somewhere it went dead for that other person, and eventually they lost interest, and now they're not interested anymore. So, if communication has been dead, if maybe they have been trying to avoid you in a sense, this could be why. And, I know a lot of people will basically like label a connection, oh, but they're my twin flame and that's that. So if they're my twin flame, it doesn't matter how much they're dodging me. It doesn't matter how much the conversation has gone dead. It doesn't matter how much they've lost interest or they're not interested anymore. The problem is if the other person, the person who believes so strongly that this is your twin flame, if they're not picking up on those signals, then it's kind of a lost cause in a sense. And okay, let's say, just for argument's sake here, for the benefit of the doubt, let's say this person actually is your twin flame. If you can't acknowledge the truth that at least right now, at least at this point in time, in this present tense, if you cannot accept the fact that you guys are just not communicating and they're not interested at this time, that doesn't mean that, oh, they're not your twin flame or they'll never love you or all those other kind of things. Even if they are, and this is where they're currently at, you can't force them to change this, Like, they're going to have to come to it on their own. And they can't come to it on their own if you're kind of deluding yourself, in a sense, into believing, like, oh, yeah, like, everything's okay, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I feel like at some point there probably was a connection here. But like I said, I feel like this other person probably lost interest to the point where they're not interested anymore, which is why it's like the connection is dead. And if any connection is made, this person tries to be avoidant, basically. And, my question to you is, why would you want to be with somebody like that anyway? Wouldn't you rather be with somebody who isn't avoiding you, who is interested in you? Wouldn't you rather be with somebody where the conversation hasn't gone dead? And I believe that person, like I said, is out there for you. You may have to wait a little bit, but they can definitely come in perfect timing, but they're not going to come if you're still hung up on this. How could they possibly? Even if they came into your life and you're hung up on this other person, you would never notice them. You would be completely blinded to it. All right, we also have some cards here from the Halloween Oracle. And we have midnight, the most magical hour of all. Dawn, the light after the darkness. And Skull of Stars, infinite possibilities. And of course I had to pull out the Halloween deck because it's October now. We're in spooky season. So of course I gotta throw in some spooky messages, right? So what I think is interesting for you guys is you got both midnight and dawn. And you know what they say, it's always darkest before dawn. So I feel like that may be kind of what you guys are going through right now in regards to this connection. You guys may be in that midnight hour, basically, where things seem dark and lost. And, it may be heartbreaking to come to terms with this stuff here that they're just not interested anymore. It's the whole thing of, well, I'm just not that into you. You can't force somebody to feel chemistry or to feel those feelings for you. You can't force that. It's not fun when someone tries to force that on you. I've had that try to be forced on me, and believe me, that just makes me want to push that person further away. So don't be that person. But yeah, it may feel hard right now. It may feel like everything's kind of just dark and hopeless in a sense. But it's not, because you guys also have dawn, the light after the darkness, the light after that midnight hour. So I feel like once you guys are able to accept this and be just like, you know what? This really was a beautiful connection. It came into my life for a reason. it served its purpose. I'm thankful for those experiences. I'm thankful for that person. I'm thankful for the lessons that came along with it. But you know what? I am ready to finish this chapter so I can begin the next chapter. So I can have that dawning of experience. So I can see that. So I can, reach that point where it is the perfect timing, where that true and real right person winds up coming into my life. And I feel like once you guys get to that point, you're going to see all the possibilities with the skull of the stars. You're going to see all the possibilities that are out there. And if anything, you may look back at this connection and you may be like, why was I holding on to that for so long? That was holding me back. Like, life is so much better and I feel so much more free after breaking loose from that. Like, look at all these other amazing people and amazing circumstances that have now come into my life that I was totally shut off from, that I never would have experienced, that I never would have met those people had I continued to stay in this loop. So, you guys, every death is a new birth, a new beginning. So don't be afraid to walk away from this. If you're just holding on to it out of, comfort or any of those types of reasons, believe me, the comfort is not worth it in the long run. It becomes like, it's almost like the kind of comfort where it's like, think of it this way. It's like you're in bed in the morning and you have to get up and you got to go pee, but you still have maybe like a half an hour or something like that before you have to get up. So you just lay in bed completely and totally uncomfortable. So that's kind of what staying in this situation is like. It's like holding your bladder and it's not very good. It's what it comes down to. You should just get up and go pee is what it comes down to. And then you can feel so much relief. So, yeah, I also have a loving words from Jesus card for you because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, according to your faith, be it unto you. Matthew 9:29. So this card is basically all about, having faith, which is funny because, you guys don't have a card that says have faith, but you do have a card that says if you believe. Believing and having faith kind of go hand in hand. So, have faith, believe, trust that this whole situation is going to find a way to work itself out so you guys can have peace is what it comes down to. So really trust that, really have faith in that. Even if this situation doesn't work out with this person, that doesn't mean that you're going to be alone forever. That doesn't mean that there's not somebody else out there. And I promise you, whoever else is out there, if this isn't the right person, the other person who comes along is going to be a million times better. I can promise you that, like 1000%. So you just got to trust. You got to have faith. I wish that I had a more positive outcome for you guys and that the cards were saying yes and that they weren't saying things like not interested or whatever, but I got to be honest with you guys and I got to be real with you guys about what came through. If this pile did not resonate for you, if it did not make sense for you, then I highly encourage you to check out one of the other groups. Otherwise, if this message did resonate, if it did make sense for you, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple, small emoji. Also, please give this video a big thumbs up because that definitely helps me out a lot. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way, and also so you guys know whenever I go live, because like I said at the beginning of this video, lives are every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And as I also mentioned before, private readings are open and available too. So if you guys are interested in live readings, private readings, my Etsy shop, ways to contact me, any of those kinds of things, information for that is all in the description box down below. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the orange leaf, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out, is your connection real? Dun dun dun. Pile 1 was unfortunately not so fun. I'm hoping it goes better for you guys. So we'll see. Anyway, we're going to start off here with some angel oracle cards because they usually have some yes or no type of answers and, you know, give other insights too. So I figured it would be good to incorporate these, and let's see what you guys got. So you guys have, within the next few months, remain positive, success, and the situation will improve. So overall, what I'm getting from these 4 cards together is, I would say, yes, your connection is real. It is not just in your head. But I also believe you guys have had not the easiest connection, that it's been a struggle, that there's definitely been ups and downs and obstacles and all kinds of craziness. So first of all, with the situation will improve and remain positive, these 2 cards together basically tell me that this has not been the easiest connection, especially if you are in a twin flame dynamic. You know, a twin flame dynamic is beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's absolutely holy is what it comes down to. But at the same time, it is one of the most challenging connections you can ever experience in your life, because this person is basically going to expose to you everything about yourself that you need to work with and deal with and heal. And, you know, they're going to trigger the crap out of you and all kinds of things, and vice versa. You know, the other person in the situation is not exempt from any of those things either. You equally both go through it. You both go through the ringer. You go to hell and back. But the difference between that and, you know, like a toxic relationship is there's no actual love in a toxic relationship, but there's definitely love in a twin flame dynamic. And a twin flame dynamic will always make you the best version of yourself. It'll always bring things for the better in the end, not for the worse, which is how you can tell it's not toxic. So I feel like with remain positive and the situation will improve, these 2 cards here are basically reminding you guys that even if you're going through a season of testing and hardship and trial with your person right now, it's not going to remain forever. Everything is temporary, everything is seasonal. So eventually, as bad as things are, there's an up point at some point. You know, when you hit rock bottom and even 50 feet below that and a whole bunch of crap, there's still a point where you got to go back up. And eventually you guys are going to hit that point where you're going to have to go back up. And it's also saying that this will probably happen within the next few months. So I don't feel like you're going to see things improve overnight. You know, this isn't something that you're going to see happen a week from now or even next month or something. You know, it might be 6 months from now, for example. It could be not until maybe spring or even summertime of next year. But it is saying, you know, the situation will likely improve within the next few months. It's a gradual process, you know, it doesn't usually happen bam all at once. Sometimes it does, but even when it does, it usually takes time to even get there. But either way, you guys got success here. And if this was not a real connection, if this was not the real deal, I don't feel like you guys would have success here. So success is probably the biggest indicator to me that this situation is, yes, the real deal. Okay, so you guys also have some millennial oracle cards here. Let's see what you guys got for that. So we have in their feels, caught up in your feelings, letting emotions control you, emotional, deep feelings, which is very common in a twin flame situation. Clap back, making a comeback. Don't be a doormat. Fight back, a comeback, return, fire / diss. And we have SMH, which is, in other words, shaking my head. No words can do it justice. Disappointment, stupid move. Okay, so I'm going to start off with shaking my head here. And I feel like a lot of the times we feel like we make stupid moves when it comes to our twin flame. Love makes you do the wacky. Love makes you do irrational things that you normally wouldn't do. It can make you feel like you're going insane, basically. And I know a lot of the times there are people in twin flame dynamics where they're just shaking their heads like, how did I get myself into this? Like, what is going on? What are they doing? What am I doing? What is going on here? So I feel like a lot of you guys probably go through that frequently. And in their feels is so fitting because, like I said, your twin flame is going to trigger the crap out of you, which means they're basically the one person who has the hot button that they know how to press it. They know how to press those buttons when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your feelings, whether it's for the positive or for the negative. And that's why it's just like every time they hurt you, it can be so deep and it can be so wounding. But at the same time, when things are going well and when things are going positive between the two of you, it can feel like you're walking on air. It can feel like you're on cloud 9, basically. There are usually a lot of extreme high highs and a lot of extreme low lows. And the key is you got to try and balance that out. You can't necessarily just live by your feelings and live by your emotions. You can't be controlled by that. We all have feelings, we all have emotions, yes, and emotions can be assets. They can serve you in a positive way, but you gotta use it in a healthy way at the same time. You can't let it control you to the point of destruction. And then you guys also have clapback, making a comeback. So I don't feel like the fire diss part applies here, but in terms of making a comeback, I feel like this is basically talking about your relationship, your connection. Like I said, you may be going through a hard time with it right now. It may be really difficult, but I feel like once again, the situation will improve probably within the next few months. As long as you remain positive, success will be yours in your connection, and you guys will have your comeback basically together as a couple. You guys will have this opportunity to revive and resurrect this relationship in a healthy and positive way. So that all definitely makes sense. I also have some Halloween oracle cards for you guys because spooky season is here. And with spooky season happening, of course, we got to incorporate the Halloween oracle. So we have the Skull of Darkness, blind spots, death, the eternal cycle begins here, and hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So starting off with the Skull of Darkness, blind spots, in a lot of ways, our twin flame is usually our blind spot. They're our weakness is what it comes down to. So it's like when they come into our life and they kind of mess with it and disrupt the peace and the order that was there, and they trigger us, and we have to start dealing with traumas and having to heal them and all this other kind of stuff, we usually never see it coming. A lot of the times we feel like we have our lives together and we're doing good. I know especially in my situation, I was not in communication with my person for 20 years. And before they came back into my life, probably a good couple of years before they came into my life again, that second time around, I thought that my life was going pretty good. Like, everything was pretty easy peasy. Everything was pretty peaceful. Like, truthfully, like, I mean, I was spiritually awakened, of course. I had a relationship with God already. I had that for a really long time. But I can't say that I was, like, proactively, in a sense, working on myself. I was kind of just, like, okay, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go walk some dogs. I'm going to come home. I'm going to eat dinner. I'm just going to enjoy life. I'm going to go to Disneyland on the weekend. And that was it. Like, I wasn't, like, super stressed about working on myself as a person. And then this person came back into my life, and it kind of flipped everything upside down ever since then. And I really have had no choice but to deal with myself. And he was a big blind spot because I never saw that happening. I never saw him triggering that into my life. I wouldn't even be here doing readings trying to help you guys if it hadn't been for this person. So, we're usually not aware of when that person comes into our lives or how large of an impact they're going to have, because they are that blind spot. They are that weakness that we have. You guys also have death. The eternal cycle begins here. So, death, it doesn't matter whether it's this deck or the tarot deck or anything else. I always see death more so in the eyes of birth, rebirth, resurrection, newness, basically, because every time there is an ending, there is a new beginning. So I feel like you guys may be kind of going through the death process right now with one of the cycles within your connection, which is probably why you're here at this reading right now, because you're like, things are really shitty. Things are not good. How do I know this is the real deal? And it is the real deal. But you guys are kind of going through the death throes right now in one of your cycles. But like I said, the good news is that the situation is going to improve. You may not necessarily see that rebirth, that new beginning, for another few months, but it is definitely going to come. It is there. And you guys have hearth, happiness in our hearts and homes. So this is all about, having that stability and having that love in your home life, basically. And very much so, being with that right person, being with your twin flame, it's like coming home to yourself. It's just a feeling of, comfort and being safe and warm and cozy and loved in your home. At least if the situation is healed and healthy and doing well. You may not be at that point yet, but I feel like, this is the end goal. This is what union is supposed to feel like. This is what union is supposed to be like. Union is supposed to make you feel like you've arrived, like you've come home. And I'm not saying that things, are completely easy once you have union, because I know there are a lot of twin flame couples out there who are in union, and then you kind of experience a new set of struggles, because then it's kind of just like, learning to live with another human being and their own quirks and all that kind of stuff. And that's a whole separate thing. But the point is, at the end of the day, even going through those newfound struggles and those newfound things that you may have to go through as a couple in union, the point is you will always feel like you're coming home, is the point. It'll always feel healthy and safe and warm and cozy and good. I also have a loving words from Jesus card for you guys, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God. Mark 4:11. So in this card, Jesus is looking up at the sky. He's looking up into the heavens. He's looking at the stars, and he's kind of looking into those mysteries in a sense, because there's so much more mystery and unknown out there in the world and in the universe than we even realize. We know and understand such a small and tiny fraction, and how dare any of us have the audacity to claim that we know more when we really don't. So anyways, embrace those mysteries and feel comfortable with exploring those mysteries. A lot of the time, being in a twin flame situation is navigating a mystery in itself. A lot of the times, twin flames are usually star seeds too, stars connected up there in the heavens, basically. So hopefully this message resonated and made sense for you guys. If the message did not flow, of course, just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple, small emoji. Please also give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot too. Feel free to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And so you guys also know whenever I go live. Because like I said at the beginning of the video, lives are every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And also, if you're interested in a private reading, those are open and available too. And so pretty much any information that you need to know, whether it's live readings, private readings, ways to contact me, my Etsy shop, so on and so forth. All of that is in the description box down below. Otherwise, I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I'm sending you lots of hugs and much love. Hi, pile 2. If you chose the red leaf with glitter, then this is going to be the reading for you to find out, is your connection real? All right, so we're going to dive in here in just a minute and find out. Okay, so we're going to start off here with some angel oracle cards for you guys, because the angel oracle deck will usually give some yes or no type of answers and, some other information mixed in there as well. So we'll see what comes through for you guys with what you need to know in regards to your connection. So we have not the right time, reconsider, no, and choose a new direction. Yikes. Oh man. So pile number 1 and pile number 3 are not looking so happy here. Man, I don't know what to say, you guys. Unfortunately, I have to deliver the truth here, and I have to deliver what is coming through. I can't just sit here and tell you guys what you want to hear and be like, oh yeah, this is a real good connection, blah, 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 if it's not. So obviously, you guys got a no. You guys got a straight up no, which would definitely, there's not much else to say about it other than that. But this is basically saying no, this connection is not the real deal. And then also with reconsider and choose a new direction, I feel like these two cards are very much kind of along the same vibe. Because when you are choosing a new direction, you have to reconsider where you're going. You have to reconsider where you're headed. So I feel like the universe, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, I feel like they're basically asking you to reconsider your perspective on this connection, to really re-examine it, to really kind of look at it through a spiritual microscope and be just like, is this really the real deal, or have I completely construed this in my mind to try and fit a particular ideal that it really isn't? Because sometimes people do that, codependency will do a lot of crazy things to people, Sometimes we can convince ourselves of things that we really shouldn't be convincing ourselves of. So choose a new direction is kind of saying, you know, like, it's time to maybe explore elsewhere, that maybe this isn't the right connection, the right person, the right path for you, and not the right time. I mean, obviously, if it's not the right person, it's not going to be the right time. Pile 1 had a very similar kind of message coming through. And I told Pile 1 this, and I'm going to tell you guys the same thing. Just because this person isn't the person for you doesn't mean that there's not a person out there for you. I feel like there very much so could be, and that there is. But the problem is, you're not going to meet that person, you're not going to find that person, or if you do meet that person, you're not going to like realize that they're even there or entertain that possibility if you're all enwrapped somewhere else that you shouldn't be. So let's look at your Millennial Oracle cards, because that's what I have up next, and we'll see what these say to correlate to what else is going on here. All right, let's see. So we have benching, putting someone on hold, has potential, but not sure yet, waiting, maybe, grass is greener. Viral, messages getting around quickly, becoming instantly famous, popular, network, lucky break. And sus, someone is being shady, something is being hidden, suspicious, suspect, untrustworthy. So with benching, I feel like this person that you're connected to, that they may be kind of putting you on the bench, basically. If you guys are in contact, if you guys are communicating, this person may kind of just like keep you around in a sense as a backup. You know, they may be going out there and seeing other people, dating other people, trying this, trying that, whatever. Because they know that you're old reliable. They know that you're there. You know that, you know, when they say jump, you're going to say how high, basically. So they know that they can count on you, but they're not that emphatic about you, because if they were, then they wouldn't put you on hold. They wouldn't, you know, just kind of leave you as a backup. They would make you that priority. They would step up and be just like, yeah, you know, you're crazy about me, I'm crazy about you too, kind of a thing. But, you know, if this person just kind of leaves you hanging and they kind of only come around when it's convenient for them, but they don't really come around when it's convenient for you, that could be a bit of a red flag. And if they are doing that, I would definitely look at that as sus. I would look at that as suspect. I would look at it as suspicious, someone who's being shady. Once again, you don't need somebody in your life who's going to be doing that to you. Not in love, not in friendships, not in anything. You know, you should be connected to people who see your worth and see your value and who make an equal exchange of that with you. Not where it's just like they only show up when it's convenient for them. You know, sometimes we have to show up for people when it's not always convenient for ourselves. But, you know, that's what true love does. True love makes those sacrifices. And if they don't make those occasional sacrifices, that might be a little bit of a problem. With viral, message getting around quickly, becoming instantly famous, popular, network, lucky break. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how this one plays in, because this one is kind of like the oddball card, I feel, of the situation. But I feel like with the viral thing, what it may mean is it's just like going viral is also, it could also be in a sense like putting someone on blast. It's definitely like making something known out there in the public that's available for everyone to see and for everyone to witness. And I'm not saying that you need to go and like put this person on blast or anything, but I feel like if this person in a sense wouldn't want to put you on their arm, so to speak, to be popular and, to network with other people in a sense. And, if they wouldn't make you go viral on their own social media, like include you on their Facebook and like post pictures with you on, their Instagram and all this other kind of stuff, then once again, if they're not really making you a priority, that may be saying something there. So I'm definitely kind of getting the vibe that this may be the kind of person where they keep you around as something convenient for them, but they don't necessarily always think of you. And that's a problem. So yeah, that's kind of like a one-way connected kind of relationship, and you guys deserve better than that. You guys deserve something where the attention and the flow is equal. Not someone who just comes around when it's only convenient for them. Okay, so we also have some Halloween oracle cards. Oh, sorry, really. Because it is spooky season, and why not get a little spooky in the reading? So we have trick or treat, mischief and play, winter, the sacredness of pausing, and black cat, fortune meets opportunity. So with trick or treat, mischief and play, I feel like in some ways you guys may kind of feel like your heart has been played with coming out of this situation, because I feel like you guys are loyal. You guys are true blue. You guys are ride or die for this person, basically. And because they haven't necessarily been ride or die in return for you, it kind of makes you feel like you've been played. Like this person has just, been haphazard and mischievous in a sense with your heart. Like they don't care in a sense. Like it's been more of a trick rather than a treat, basically. With winter, the sacredness of pausing, this card very much so reminds me kind of this one with not the right time, because if it's not the right time to be in a relationship or to have a certain person in your life, that would kind of seem to put a pause on things. And, winter time is usually a time where things usually look pretty dead, basically. There's no green grass. The leaves on the trees are just not there. Everything looks very barren. Of course, things are not dead during the winter. Trees and all that kind of stuff, it's all alive. It's just kind of hibernating in a sense through the winter season. I feel like for you guys, love in your life and having your happy ending and having a healthy relationship, it's not dead for you. You may kind of have to pause and take a breather and take a break when it comes to relationships. If anything else, mostly for yourself, so you can kind of heal and repair yourselves. That may be the thing that needs to happen the most. But just remember, winter may be harsh and it may be hard and difficult, but springtime always comes. And I feel like if you guys can get through this winter season, which doesn't necessarily feel the best, you guys get through that, your spring is going to come, new love is going to blossom for you, a healthy kind of love, someone who prioritizes you, someone who doesn't just, put you on a bench on the side on reserve for when they need you, someone who isn't just being shady or hiding things from you or anything like that, but someone who is just as ride or die for you as you are them. Like that's going to happen in the springtime, but you got to get through this winter first. And that's not fun, but you guys can do it. And you guys also have the black cat. Fortune meets opportunity. So like I said, there are going to be future opportunities. There are going to be future opportunities for love and happiness and success in relationships. It just, unfortunately, may not be with this person. But it is out there. There are healthy, good people out there who are going to really actually consider you and you're not going to be the one to make all the sacrifices. That person will be willing to sacrifice for you in a healthy way, and things will be better. I know this message is not easy to hear. I know that it's hard, and I know that it sucks, and I hate that I have to deliver it. But I also got to be honest with you guys, and, I can't, say, oh, yes, this person is your person, the connection is real, when there's a card that's coming out here that's clearly saying no. And it's not like it's just one card that says no. We also have reconsider, choose a new direction, not the right time. Like, it would be, because when I look at these cards, I always try to look at it from an intuitive angle. I always try to look at it from putting all the pieces together. And, if we had 3 other cards here that were very positive about the situation, then it might have come out differently. But that's not how it came out. So I'm sorry I have to deliver this, but unfortunately there are some people here that needed to hear this for not just this pile, but also in pile 1. Pile 1 and pile 3 kind of have similar outcomes. So yeah, once again, if you guys don't feel like this is your pile and this doesn't resonate for you, please choose a different pile. Lastly, but not least, I have your loving words from Jesus card, because in my opinion, a Bible verse a day helps keep the bad vibes away. And you guys got, thou shalt love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and with all your mind. Mark 12:30. So I feel like this card is basically reminding you guys that, romantic love, it's a beautiful thing, and of course, everyone is worthy of that. But even when you're going through heartache and heartbreak, never forget that eternal love that you guys always have with God, basically, spirit, source, the divine, however you want to put it. That connection is always there. That connection is never going to leave you. It's never going to betray you. That's a connection that will sacrifice for you. So please always remember that connection is there. And you keep your eyes fixated on more so the bigger picture and that bigger love. Romantic love and all the other types of love will find you. So that's what I have going on for you guys. Like I said, if the message did not flow, please just let it go. But if it did make sense, please let me know and leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you, even if it's just with a simple, small emoji. And please give this video a big thumbs up. That definitely helps me out a lot. And feel free to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know of future videos when they are on the way. And also, you will know when I'm going live by doing that too. And like I said at the start of this video, I am live every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am open and available for private readings too. So information about private readings, live readings, my Etsy shop, ways to contact me, all of that information is in the description box down below. So I invite you guys to check that out. And yeah, so I am just so incredibly grateful and thankful to you guys for stopping on by and hanging out here with me for a little bit today. It definitely warms my heart and means the world to me. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Keep sparkling. I am sending you lots of hugs and much love.